ultimate hobby. This is the building of the Starship Enterprise. Its continuing mission to create a beautiful centerpiece, to seek out new builders and young model makers, to boldly go where no model has gone before. Welcome back, everyone, to the Model Frontier. If you're new to the channel, make sure you smash that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so that you don't miss a second of my great content. Well, it's been a while since I posted a video on this, and that's just because, it's been a while since I've gotten shipments on this, and I wanted to wait till they built up a little more so that I could get more out there. Eaglemoss has had some shipping problems. If you're subscribe to this yourself, or if you're following along in one of the Facebook groups, you already know about all the problems Eaglemoss is having. So looks like they're getting that under control now. Shipments are starting up again, so my videos are starting up. So last time we added a few more panels onto the saucer. We added another PCB. We finally completely finished the Cobra neck, and after so many stages, we finally started working on the nacelle, including adding a light strip that's going to bring this nacelle to life. So as you can imagine, this issue, we're going to be doing some more with the nacelle. We're going to add a few more panels to the saucer section as well. But I'm going to share with you a little trick that I found to help me manage the wires so that it doesn't look like a whole mess of wires like Eaglemoss has it. And hopefully it can help you in your build. So let's not waste any more time. We've already wasted enough waiting for more parts to come. Engage. Alright, so stage 47 is going to start us off with working on the nacelle. The first thing we're going to do is they want us to take these diffuser pieces. They're calling it the Warp Engine Field Grill. You got two sizes. There's a smaller one and a bigger one. Obviously, you're just going to put the smaller one inside the bigger one here. That. And now they want you to take a bit of tape they provide you and just kind of tape it on the sides. Guess this is going to help with diffusing the lights. I'm looking into some options for that. And now you're going to take your nacelle and you're going to slide this in here like that. See, we got that in there. That's it for the nacelle, so we're going to go ahead and get our next panel that they want you to do and continue on with this stage. Alright, so here's our panel for this next part. We put into it 4 clear windows and 9 dark windows, and again, I've done my light bleed fix on them, and yes, I did glue them in again. They don't ever come out. So now we're going to stick this right onto our saucer section. Alright, so with our saucer section, the piece is going to go right here. Obviously, we need lights. They're going to go right where you'd think they'd go, right here. I'm going to try to do this without flipping it over. And then they would just kind of feed through that point. Now, if you didn't glue them down, then very carefully you're gonna just bring your piece over to your saucer section. Line it up where it's got to go. Like that. And we're first going to secure down the lights. It calls for, looks like 3. Let me make sure. 4 EM screws. There's one hole right there. You might miss that if you're not looking close enough. After that, we're going to secure it down with 6 BM screws to the saucer frame. Now that they're nice and tight, you're going to plug it into your switchboard. You see I got all these tubes on here. I will explain them in a little while in a future stage. Just bear with that. You'll also probably have noticed by now that my wiring looks a lot different than what you probably have done. Basically, I've just switched up my wires to make them more manageable. As long as you're plugging these bulbs into non-blinking ones, just go where it makes the most sense for it to go. In this case, with how I got it set up and how I'm training it to go, I'm going to put it in right here. There we go. That is it for that, and stage 47 is done. Flip it over, we're going to take a look here. Very nice looking panel. So that stage is done, and we're going to continue on with stage 48. Okay, so stage 48 begins with another deck panel. We've put on the 2 life pod covers here, plus looks like 5 clear windows and 9 dark windows. Now, as you can imagine, we're going to add some light to this. According to this, they want you to take this piece here first, and this bulb's going to go in here. Fit in like that. And then your other bulb is going to go here. And go on. Might be easier to secure this first one down too. So when you're securing them down, you're going to be using DM screws, 3 per reflector panel. Like I said, we're going to put this bulb in here, and I'm going to bend it up. get it down here and secure it down with the other 3 BM screws. There we go, we got that all set up nice. Now of course we're going to put it onto our saucer section, so let's go ahead and grab that and be back here. Okay, so a quick glance at our saucer section, you can pretty much tell that piece is going to go right in here. They basically want you to feed the wire through this gap right here, straight on. Get it in there. Once that's in there, you're going to flip it over and secure it down with 2 BM screws. That in there nice and tight. We're going to plug in this cord. I'm going to run through my heat shrink tubing here. And then because it's a longer wire, I'm going to choose to put it here. So right on this end here. Now, normally speaking, the next step is you're going to take the one piece you've had since stage 36 right here, and you're going to put that on, which I've already gone ahead and done. There's no reason you could put this on anytime after you get all these on, because there's nothing stopping you from it. But this would be the point of the build where you would put it on, flip it over here, and you'd secure it down with, looks like 3 BM screws here. Sorry. So once you flip it over, you would secure it down, like I said, with 3 BM screws, and you'd plug it in. It doesn't even say to plug it in, but you can. So since we're skipping a step here, this gives me an opportunity to give you guys a little explanation as to what I've done here. Now, normally speaking, my wire management, you've seen in other videos, has been kind of off and not exactly good. So what I decided to do is I decided to unplug everything and start kind of fresh. So what I did was, after unplugging everything, I basically split the ship into quadrants, into fourths. And basically, everything in this front half is going to go into this board here, and everything in the back half is going to go into this board here. And again, I want to try to keep everything as sided as I can, while also keeping the wires, making sure I know what wires are where, because some are shorter, some are longer, and I'm going to put them where they're best. What else I did was I wrapped up certain sections with heat shrink tubing to kind of keep all the wires together and nice to do. And then some of these heat shrink tubes, like here and here, I actually have secured to the frame so that these wires aren't going anywhere. The only reason I haven't done this one yet is I still got a lot of stuff left to put in over here, and so that section's still loose so I can feed wires through it. But once it's all done, I'm gonna heat shrink it. Probably what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually move this one here. I'll probably end up heat shrinking it. heat shrink this closer towards here, and then get some of these wires to link up to the frame again with the zip ties. Just a little idea, but once again, the biggest thing to remember is some of the places on these are blinkers. They'll blink if you plug anything into them, so if you plug a light bulb in it and it blinks, you got it in the wrong spot. But once we plug the power box into the power here, you can see no blinking lights. And everything's lit up, looking really nice. Let me get a little darker so you can see a little better on this. There you go. You can see now how nice and lit it is. We're getting closer and closer to it being done. That's it for the saucer section though. Now before we're done with stage 48, they want us to do something else with the nacelle, so let's go grab your nacelle and get to it. Okay, so for the nacelle, we're going to be putting in another one of these diffusers. So just like we did on the other side, we're going to put this part in like that. This part's actually much looser than the other one. And then it just sort of slides in on the side here. Again, just like before, it doesn't actually set in there. It just sort of sits in there. And now with that in, we're done with stage 48. Next up will be stage 49, where we're going to do some more to the nacelle as well as another panel. So I'll meet you there. Just like stage 47, stage 49 begins with another reflector piece, deflector panel. It's reflector. It's called a reflector. Just like you did on this side, you're going to have to do the same thing. Smaller side into the larger. And you're going to cover the gap here with a piece of tape. Nice and tight like that. And then it's going to slide into the nacelle just like the other side did. So you're going to do just like that. And that's it for this section. Now you got another panel to work on, so let's go ahead and get that. Okay, so this part of stage 49, we got another panel to do. By the numbers, we're looking at 5 escape pod covers, then 12 clear windows, and 16 dark windows. Again, I have actually glued all mine into place so you can see they won't come out. Done my light bleed fix. So now you gotta take a reflector panel with a pair of lights and put it in. They do want you to put both lights in here, so the black and red set here go on this side. The white and yellow will go down in here. Like that. Get this slotted into place. That happens, it's not a big deal. Once we got that in place, we're going to hold this in with 2 BP screws. That is it with that part. We're not putting it on the ship, so we can plug it in to see how it looks all lit up. Looks good. And we are done with stage 49. Now we're going to go over to stage 50, the final stage of this issue, where we're going to start off with a little more work on the nacelle. Okay, so Now we're going to be working on this back part of the nacelle here, and what they want you to do is create another reflector panel. You've got these two pieces. Obviously, you're going to slide the white one into the blue one, like so. And then it's got to sit here. Now, you're going to really have to push this wire down to get this piece in here. There you go, that's in, and we can see how this helps with the lighting, because obviously we've been unimpressed so far, but let's see what happens now. Alright, so that's how it looks right now, lighting up. It's just a little diffused, but still could be better, so I am going to be looking into different ways to fix that. Last part of this, we're finally done with the nacelle for this part, so we're going to put that to the side and get our last panel. Okay, so the last part of stage 50, you can see here we got the other one of these panels where the impulse light is going to go. Once again, by the numbers, we've got 6 escape pod covers, 3 clear windows, and 4 dark windows. And yes, they are all in and glued in nicely. Flip this over. Now we're going to put in our light, but there's only one light they want you to put in. So you're only going to put in one light. The other one's going to be left out. They want you to use the yellow and white light. That's going to go on here. It's going to set in there. Once we got that in place, we're going to hold it all together with 3 BP screws. And there we go. That part is on. Light is good. Can be fed through. And we'll see how it looks all lit up. Because again, we're not putting it on the ship yet. There we go. All nice and lit. One thing I want to point out with these screws, if it's going into plastic, you don't need to over tighten it. You just want it to kind of bite and pull it together. When it's going into metal, you definitely want to get that down as tight as you can because it's going to help pull everything together. But with that all said and done, that's the end of stage 50 and the end of this shipment. So that's it for this episode. We're getting a little closer to finally having the top part of this saucer section all done. And we seem to have finally put all the diffusers into our nacelle, so who knows, maybe next time we'll actually get to put the nacelle together. We'll just have to wait and see, but in the meantime, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time on the Model Frontier.